Today we are going to discuss about the next vector, that is shuttle vector. Already we have discussed about plasmids, plasmid PBR 322, plasmid PUC 19 and TI plasmid. So today we'll discuss about shuttle vectors. Now what are these shuttle vectors? The prokaryotic vectors, basically they cannot exist and work in eukaryotic cells. As we discussed earlier, PUC 19, plasmid PBR 322, they have ORI region only for E. coli cell. Now, other prokaryotic vectors, these are prokaryotic vectors. Now, there are few vectors which have been constructed which exist both in eukaryotic as well as in prokaryotic cells. So, these are the shuttle vectors which can exist both in eukaryotic as well as in prokaryotic cells, means they have ORI region for prokaryotes as well as in eukaryotes. So their host cells can be both eukaryotic as well as prokaryotic cells. So again, as I told you, that they have ORI region for both ORI for eukaryotes as well as ORI for prokaryotes. That's why they are known as shuttle vectors. Now this ORI region for eukaryotes, this works in eukaryotic cells, means we can use any eukaryotic cell as a host cell. And this ORI region for prokaryotes, it means that these vectors can function in E. coli cells, because E. coli is the most commonly used host cell, and E. coli is a bacteria, means that it is a prokaryotic cell. Now I'll show you the diagrammatic representation of these vectors. Double-stranded DNA, as other vectors are also double-stranded DNA. These shuttle vectors, these are double-stranded DNA, and they have ORI region for eukaryotes. E is the symbol for eukaryotes. And here they have ORI region for prokaryotes, especially for E. coli. These vectors, basically this shuttle vector, have ORI region for E. coli. And after that, they have one gene, LEU2 gene, LEU, leucine. LEU codes for leucine. Leucine is an amino acid. So there is one LEU2 gene, and the name of this vector is YEP, East Episomal Plasmid Vector. Now, these vectors also contain antibiotic resistant gene as a selectable marker. So basically in this vector, ampicillin resistant gene is present as a selectable marker. This YEP means East Episomal Plasmid is the example of a shuttle vector. There are many other vectors also which acts as shuttle vector, but the most common shuttle vector which we have to study is East Episomal Plasmid. So this is the example of shuttle vector. Once again I'll tell you, it has two origin of replications, one for eukaryotic cell, another one is for E. coli, which is a prokaryote, means these vectors can use both eukaryote and prokaryotic cells as a host. They are functional in both the cells. They have ampicillin resistant gene and LEU2 gene. Both these genes acts as markers. LEU2 means it codes for an amino acid leucine. An example is YEP, which is East Episomal Plasmid. So this is also a plasmid and acts as a vector.